What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hammerdown Motorsports. Here we are today in the Hammerdown Motorsports shop, and if you can see behind me, we have a brand new addition that is going to help out with our organization in this shop, get everything where I need it to be. We do have our brand new Icon 73-inch toolbox. Now, I know a lot of people have been making videos on these and the delivery experience and all that, and there's been mixed reviews from what I've seen, but I'm going to talk today a little bit about just my first impressions of the box and what it was like to get it delivered right to my house. All right, so let's start from the beginning. I went over to my local Harbor Freight store, and they actually had a sale on these toolboxes. So that doesn't happen very often, so I figured it was about time to pull the trigger. I've been thinking for about a year now to get one of these and finally get some proper organization for the shop. I've been searching for used Snap-on ones forever, and everybody wants just more money than they're worth. I mean, honestly, it's a toolbox. The Snap-on box is a little bit nicer, maybe, like as far as like just the prestige of saying you have a Snap-on box, but I think quality-wise, this is a very good competitor, and I really think that just for the price, you really can't go wrong. And any mechanic knows you can't make money with a box, you make money with tools. So if you have expensive tools in a box that you spend a lot less on, you can afford more tools. And I believe that this would keep all your stuff secure. So if you're worried about security and all that in your shop, I really think this would do that job as well. So I think even if I was working in a regular shop with a bunch of other people around, I would feel safe putting everything that I own in this box as well. All right, so right from the top, ordering this toolbox, I went to my local Harbor Freight. I went to the cash register and said, hey, I want to order this toolbox. So they have their display out there, and there's a discount if you buy the box with the Harbor Freight credit card. So applied for the credit card and got that right away, and then I was able to get that percentage off. You have a choice. You can get the percentage off of the toolbox, or you can get 0% financing. So it really depends on whether you're going to carry a balance on the credit card and you want to pay it off monthly. You can do it that way with 0% interest, which is really nice. Or you could take a discount if you're just going to pay that credit card off right away. But you want to remember it's one or the other. So if you don't pay the credit card off and you take the discount, you're going to get, like, I think it's like 28% interest. So I mean, it is a high amount of interest on a credit card. So it's probably something you want to work out with the math and everything, whether you want to take the discount or the 0% financing, depending on what your situation is with your purchase of your toolbox. But I did take the money off because I plan on paying it off on the first time I get the bill for the credit card. So that's going to work out for me. And also they did have the toolbox on sale. So I believe it was like $500 off the toolbox. And then I ordered the stainless steel top as well. It was like $500, and then the top was like $1,400, something like that. It ended up being altogether $5,000. So with the top, the stainless top, and the bottom box. So $5,000 pretty much to the dollar out the door with all the discounts that I got. And I ordered this the middle of August, and they projected that I would get this toolbox October 20th. So I ended up actually getting it today, which is September 16th. So it came more than a month early. So that's really, really nice that they were able to get this to me. I got one email saying that they were going to contact me, and then I got another email saying that they've contacted a trucking company and they're going to contact me. And basically they called me the day of to drop it off. So I didn't really have any real notice that I was getting it, but I was just happy they showed up. They were here and we were able to get this unloaded. As far as the setup went, the guys were awesome. John and John, if you guys are watching, big thanks to you guys for this. Very, very professional and did an awesome job. They had a lift gate, they had a pallet jack to be able to get the toolbox off, and they did everything they could to get it up to the shop, get it in place, and then we put the hutch on and all of that. One thing to remember is to drill the holes for the hutch before you put it on, because it's gonna make life a lot easier. There is a little piece of metal in there that's actually even powder coated the same as a toolbox that gives you your pilot holes that you're able to drill these holes perfectly, get the hutch in place, and everything is very nice the way it is. And also there are, I don't know if you guys can see, there's handles on either side for the hutch. That is nice. I mean, you're not really going to be moving around with those handles, but if you do have to move the hutch while you're trying to line up those holes, they are very nice to do, especially if you have a guy on either end. You can really manipulate this very nicely with those handles, so it's important to put those on. All right, so we did go with the red toolbox, and you do have some color options. You can go with a green, you can go with a black, you can go with a blue, or we can go with the classic red. For me, I'm just kind of old school that way. I mean, my other toolboxes are pretty much all red, so I figured it was a pretty easy decision, just go with the red toolbox. and just kind of keep it all the same. And we do have a lot of black and white going on in the shop, so have that little bit of red and maybe make this pop just a little bit more. And I really do like the way that it looks, and it's in a very nice location. This gives me a lot of room in between me and the lift. And then I have everything pretty much right here. And then I can put all of my, I would say, my good set of tools, all my Snap-on stuff and Mac stuff, and I can just kind of keep it all really nice organized in this box, because my problem is I have a lot of boxes that are smaller and they have thinner drawers, and it's just kind of more of a mess trying to find everything. So I can put all the stuff that I'm ever gonna need for a job to work on the cars on the lift right in this location. Everything can be in there. We're gonna go through the whole box and kind of just show you guys where everything is, but it's just gonna be an awesome, really nice central hub for projects in here. And if you guys already noticed, well, we don't have the light. So I thought I might be able to go to Harbor Freight and just order that light, or just to go buy that light at the store, but it turns out from what I saw online, and this might be incorrect, I'm not sure, but it said it was an online exclusive, so I imagine you have to order that online. So I just got my little Snap-on LED light in here, kind of give you guys a little bit of light in here so we can kind of show you what it's like under the hutch, but we do have that light coming, and I'll do a little update here once we get everything in the toolbox, the light in and all that, and give you guys the final product in an upcoming video. All right, so this is pretty much the story so far, and there is a little bit of a twist to this one, and that was the fact that, if you guys can see, we do have a rather large dent right there. You can kind of see that with the light now in the camera. We have a fairly decent sized dent right there, and then I believe we had one more on the drawer below. It might be very hard to see with the camera, but either way, we do have one right in this, right there, right in that area, and then we have this one right here. So there was some damage when we got this toolbox unboxed. It was not from the delivery guys, it was just, I guess, maybe just from shipping. When it was sitting there, something tapped it or whatever. It's just cardboard over top. They do try to pack these well, but there's just sometimes it's unavoidable, and you know, things happen in warehouses and during all that kind of shipping things going on. I mean, it's one of those things that can happen. So what happens when you get your box and it's in your shop and the delivery guys are here and you're all excited and you have a big dent in it? Well, I just asked the driver, I said, what do I do about this? He's like, well, you're just gonna have to call where you bought it and they'll do something for you. So I call up Harbor Freight and the store that I bought the toolbox from, and I explained the situation. They're very good about it. I talked to a manager right away. I gave them all the information from my receipt, the till number, all that, all the information that they asked for. Then they kind of just asked where it was. I told them where it was. They didn't ask to see a picture of it, but I obviously took pictures of it when the guy dropped it off, and they just said, okay, we can give you either one of two options. You can send the toolbox back, which I assumed would have been I would have had to take the toolbox back, which some people may not be able to do. I mean, I have a trailer, I could have done that, but they said I could either keep the box, could take another 15% off the box, not the entire thing, but just the bottom box. And that was what I chose to do, other than having to return it and then reorder and have to wait another month or so to get another one. So I figured it's not that bad. It doesn't affect the operation whatsoever. It's just this right here. And if you open the drawer, you can actually kind of feel on the inside here where it's dented out. So I may be able to do something with that with some of my bodywork tools to try to make that a little less apparent, but it's not terrible, but it definitely is there. And when you're paying good money for a toolbox, you'd like to have it come 100%, but this is my situation, so I'm telling my story about this, and they were very good about it. Gave me 15% off the lower box, so it ended up being over $400 discounted on the bottom box. So at the end of the day, I ended up getting the bottom box for like $2,000. So this whole price of everything being $5,000 now has dropped down to somewhere around the $4,600 and change, somewhere around there. So I mean, that's actually a very, very good deal for this box, and unfortunately it has a little dent, but we're in a shop and things are going to happen. So I mean, it's just one of those things. Depends how much of a perfectionist you are, whether you want to send it back or not, but that is something that they did for me, and I was very happy with the end result. So you can see over here, I have my phone plugged in. It does have USBs in the front, and it does have a couple of outlets as well. It has a cord that was in one of the drawers over here, and then there's 2 plugs at the back, and then I plugged it in over to my cord right there. So this is all powered up, ready to go. Have my phone here charging, and then I open the boxes, and we have this work order holder right here. This is all metal, and we also have this little shelf as well, which I put my little Milwaukee radio on. And yeah, I really should have ordered that light ahead of time, because now I'm like, I really want to have a whole lot of light in this hutch, and all I have is my little light in the middle. But it will look a whole lot nicer when it's all done, trust me. And you have so much customization in the back here, so you can order other accessories if you want to have other things hung up on the back. It's very nice and versatile, and I'm really glad I got the stainless top because it looks so clean. And I really like the way the height is. Your hands are pretty much like right in front of you, and if you have eyes like I do and you need glasses sometimes, well, it's very nice to have things close enough to you where you can see what you're doing. And this workstation is going to work absolutely awesome for everything that I do. So now let's go through the drawers, kind of give a first impression on what you get. You got this first drawer here. Everything is double rollered on it as well. You got good depth, so you're able to store whatever you need to in there. And then we have a thinner drawer below it. Keep going down, we have some more thinner drawers for your pliers or whatever you want to put that don't take up a whole lot of space. Basically, these are all the same. So you don't have to open all of them, but then go down to another thicker drawer down here. Another one there, and then an even deeper one down below here. Everything is double rollered, which is very nice, because even my snap-on toolbox is a KRA, so it wasn't like KRL, which is even more money, which this one pretty much compares to. It did not have double rollers, I think only on one drawer, so very nice that they did that. I mean, these thinner drawers, obviously there's no room for a double roller, so you're gonna have singles on those. But the big thing that I really like is this big drawer up top here. So I can put my sockets all in one drawer. We got big rollers. Everything is super heavy duty. You can see just by feeling this. I mean, I've worked around a lot of snap-on boxes, and just the feel of this, I mean, it definitely compares. It's not maybe exactly the same, but it definitely is a high quality, high strength unit. And I'm not afraid to put all of my impact sockets and all my stuff in here and worry about this thing, you know, not being sturdy to any degree. I mean, it looks very well built, very well engineered. So now we get into some more fun stuff over here. We do have our charge drawer, which is very nice. Even though I just bought this guy over here, which was really sweet. I got this on Etsy, actually. It says Milwaukee on it, and you can put all of your batteries and everything. They click right in. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be having a perfectly good use for this anymore now that I can put everything in our charging drawer. But we do have a power strip right there, so you can put all your chargers in there, which is nice. Keep them out of the way. So you keep your batteries in there as well. Roll that closed. And then down here, we have adjustable tool storage. So we can put our impacts. We can you can raise and lower these just for whatever customization you want to do for whatever tools you're putting in. But it's very nice to keep all of your cordless stuff. You can put your air tools in here as well. Keep them out of the way, keep them out of the dust. And when you're done, you just roll it in and you're good to go. Everything's nice and secure. And then over here, our lower drawer, we do have double rollers as well. Nice big deep drawer for putting your heavier stuff, maybe some of your bigger boxes, maybe if you have the plastic blow molded cases, you want to keep them down there. You do have that available to you. And then you have another one up here. One thing I really do like about this toolbox is there's not a lot of thin drawers, because a lot of times that was my biggest problem. You try to put some tools in and then you end up closing the drawer and they catch. And that's just, some of the cheaper toolboxes have a lot of thin drawers, and that's something you really got to look out for. And these are actually, you can customize the way that this is as well. If you want to have one of the thicker drawers a little higher or whatever, you can take them out and you can move them around if you want, you know, different things in different locations. For me, I think the way that it is right now will probably work for me, but we're going to see when we get this thing all loaded up with all the goodies and see where we're going to put everything. This is kind of like Christmas morning for every mechanic. When you get a new box, you're just like, okay, now I can get all of my good stuff and I can put it all in one place where I'm going to be able to find it and find all those new drawers where you're going to put your stuff and just kind of have it all nicely on display. It's an awesome feeling. Also up here on the hutch, you do have some options as well. You do have pass-throughs here and up on the top as well, one on each corner, so 4 in total. So if you want to run a laptop or you want to put a screen in here or something like that, you can run all your cables out through the back without having to drill any holes or route any cables around. Everything is nicely available for you just to do that very seamlessly. And you can set this hutch and toolbox setup to your master workstation, whatever way you want it to be, and it's honestly, in my opinion, absolutely awesome. So there it is, everybody, our new addition to the shop. I'm very excited to load all my tools into this thing and get it all organized in exactly the way I want it to be for future projects. It's just going to make my life a whole lot easier and save time and frustration. And the quality is absolutely awesome. I'm a little bummed about the dent, but the compensation helped me out. That was my choice to take the compensation rather than return the box and order another one just for time frames and all of that. So I'll live with it. It's not a big deal, and I'll try to fix it myself. That is just kind of the experience, though. Harbor Freight was absolutely awesome to deal with. A lot better than some of the other people that I've dealt with. Not necessarily toolbox people, but maybe some car dealerships, Jaguar. But anyways, that being said, very, very happy with my experience so far. I'm very excited to show you guys kind of the process of loading this thing up, where I put everything, how it all looks when it's all done, once we get our light installed and all of that, and just kind of the process of living with this toolbox over the next, who knows, probably as long as I can foresee. We're going to have this toolbox. So we're going to be kind of just giving you guys updates as things go, if anything comes up. But this is the new addition for the shop. I'm very excited for it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, keep that hammer down.